All right, so I was sitting in morning meditation today, and excuse my blocked nose, I'm just getting over sickness. Back to work tomorrow, and it's actually a new job, but I don't want to talk about it yet until I actually do the job. I don't want to talk about it in advance. I'll probably make an update video on it later. New job tomorrow. Anyways, back to work tomorrow. But getting over sickness, so excuse the blocked nose. So this morning I was sitting in meditation, and I didn't feel like focusing on my breath because my nose was plugged. I was doing mouth breathing here. So what I started doing instead was saying Om with every exhale. Uh, and it led to a lot of insights. They just popped into my head. They were amazing. So, I mean, one of it was that, the inhale. The inhale just came to me unbidden. It's like the only part that I was really controlling was the exhale. That's what I was molding by saying Om with every exhale. And then that every exhale I was saying Om. It's like I was squeezing every little bit of it, milking it, uh, really pushing it, drawing out the exhale till there was nothing left to give. No more exhalation I could possibly do. And in doing that practice, I was naturally belly breathing, and I could feel like the contraction at the end, like trying to squeeze out every last bit of air. It was so cathartic, such a release in the body, like to be able to like, solar plexus like that, and let it all go, right? Really drawing out the exhale. And this goes back to back to my anxiety days because when I realized that I used to hyperventilate back in my anxiety days. I remember uh, it's like I just could not get enough air, so I would do that shit, right? Like the panic attacks, like hyperventilating. Even right now, I can feel it the way it fucks up my body because I somehow incorrectly I thought that was the way to relax myself, to breathe more, which is bullshit. Then I learned about marathon runners, how actually oxygenation in your blood is actually the enemy who wants less oxygen. And I don't know the science behind it, but back then I looked it up, and man, this shit is real. The way you relax yourself is to draw out the exhale, not the inhale. Okay, keep the inhales shorter, if anything. Yeah, keep the inhales shorter. So, anyways, so drawing out the exhale does wonders, first of all, and then initially I was experimenting with different things to say. Like at first I tried Allah because back in my Muslim days I used to. That was a concept. Like you breathe in with Al and then breathe out with La, Allah, and saying God's name with every breath. But it didn't quite feel right to me because La is such a short syllable, and I wanted to draw out the exhale. So then I started saying Om with every exhale. Inhale nothing, and then just inhale and then Om, right? And then pushing out them, just letting it, squeezing out every little bit of it. And what I realized is that, first of all, the only thing I was controlling was the exhale. That's the only part that I was molding in this process. And, right? And that's like a microcosm for life because every breath just comes to you unbidden. It's a gift, every breath. There's nothing I have to do to earn it. There's nothing I mean, yeah, there's upkeep of the body, basic maintenance of your body and all that. But it's just a gift that keeps coming, that life just keeps giving me. And so I realized that was like God meeting me halfway. The inhale that just kept happening by itself. It's like I can't even stop it. It just happens by itself. Life just keeps giving me that breath, that inhale, again and again and again and again. And I realized that's God meeting me halfway, giving me everything I need to accomplish whatever the fuck I want, to do whatever with it. It's all mine. It's mine. It's a gift that God keeps giving me again and again and again. It's God meeting me halfway. And what I control is not that gift. I don't control the inhale. That just happens by itself. That's God's gift. God meeting me halfway. What I control is the exhale. What I do with that breath when it goes out of me. And it's just like water when it goes downhill. It's gonna go downhill anyways. That's just what water does. That's just how life is. That's just how it works. Okay. But on its way down, you can power all sorts of cool things. You can harness that water, and on its way down, you can power all sorts of cool things and accomplish all sorts of end results, right? Uh, and I realized that's just how that's based. I mean, that's not a realization. It's a concept. It's a concept from Terence Deacon, right? Uh, I read this book a while back, Terence Deacon, forgot the name of it, but it's on YouTube anyways. Uh, okay, going back to this. Okay, so Terrence, anyways, so water's gonna go downhill anyways. But on its way down, you can power all sorts of cool things with it, and that's basically life. It's that the energy's gonna keep flowing anyways. Life is gonna keep going. The breath is just gonna keep coming into your body and going out anyways. Whether you're sleeping, shitting, eating, eating a floor, writing, reading a book, whatever the fuck you're doing, right? All you can, but like when you shape it, when you mold it, when you mold the exhale, when you mold the energy flowing out of you, you can accomplish amazing things with that. Okay, first of all, so exhale is in my control. What I do with that breath on its way out is in my control. So like in the meditation, I was shaping it with Om, saying Om, right? But it could be Kia. When I do karate, I was saying Kia or something. That's also molding it. Or even when I'm working and I'm lifting something and I'm breathing out, I'm still shaping that breath, using it towards my ends, right? And when I realize that the breath coming into me is God's gift to me, God meeting me halfway, then all that's left for me to do is just to revere that, to respect it, to honor it. It's a beautiful thing, and it's just to honor it. So it ties back to another epiphany I had a while back that, man, it's not what I do that is important, it's how I do it. That's it. Like, it's not what I do that is important, it's how I do it. Because I realized a while back that work is work, action is action. It's gonna happen anyways. Like, I'm moving no matter what. I'm doing it no matter what. Whether I'm eating, cheating, sleeping, doing work, studying, whatever the fuck is I'm doing. It's just happening through me. It's action is action. Movement is movement. Work is work. It doesn't matter what it is. And in the end, none of it is sufficient anyways. You can have value. You can increase the value, whatever. But in the end, nothing you do is sufficient in and of itself to change anything on a grand level. Like, none of it is sufficient. Okay, and you wouldn't even want it to be, because the eye stretches past me. It stretches past the lifetime of Omar. The eye started with my dad. It started even before my dad. Like, how many generations? My mom. It started with my mom. Even the generations before her. All the legacy, all the input that went into creating me, and everything that goes beyond me. Everybody's going to be saying I. Everybody's thinking I. So the I goes beyond this lifetime of Omar. The I doesn't die with this Omar. It doesn't begin or end with this Omar. Only Omar dies. I don't die. Okay? So that none of it is sufficient. Nothing that Omar ever does is sufficient. It's all play. Nothing is serious. Nothing is urgent. Nothing is important. It both is and it isn't, right? It's like, it's not serious. Nothing is ever serious, and yet it's everything. Nothing is serious, and yet it's everything. It's like when I was doing the breaths, every exhale that I was molding with Om, I was taking it very serious. Like, not serious. It was everything. The practice was everything. Honoring that, enjoying that. The process was everything. Just milking every little drop, every little bit of every breath was the practice in and of itself. That was the worship, and I had no concern for the next breath. Whether the next breath existed or not, it doesn't matter. I was just doing my best every breath, again and again and again and again. Didn't matter how many times, right? That is the practice. And that's every day. It translates to every day. Every day you just ring every little bit of that day. Whatever you're doing, it's everything. You're not doing it for anything else. You're doing it because you're just reverencing life. You're reverencing the gift that God meeting you halfway, the breath that comes into you, the inhale. It's coming anyways. It's a gift. And I just honor that. That's all. And of course I honor other things. Like, I honor my dad. I honor my mom. I honor everything that went into creating me. I honor the blessing, like all these externalities. The fact that I'm here in a very nice place in Canada. Everything going my fucking way. But that's kind of a lie. That's the Maya, right? Because I should be able to hold this frame no matter what is going on, even if nothing was going my way. That is the practice, right? Because I'm not doing it because things are going my way. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm not doing it for anything else. I'm only doing it because God is meeting me halfway with each breath. That is the gift. It's a positive. And that's the religion, to hold to that idea, to hold to that. It's a practice, it's a worship, it's a meditation, whatever you want to call it. Again and again and again. It's everything. It's not serious. It's not serious. Nothing you do is serious. Nothing in life you ever do is sufficient. but it's everything. I treat it like it's everything. Every breath. The practice was just to milk it for everything it's worth. Every last breath. That was the honor. That was me honoring the gift, right? And then it translates to every day, doing it every day with no real concern about the day ahead, no real concern about tomorrow, right? Because the practice is today. That's it, again and again and again. Whatever. It's uh, very interesting stuff. Is there anything else any other place I want to go with this? I mean, man, yeah, just this insight, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll end it there.